Hello everyone. Welcome to CanSolveIt webinar. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Olena. I will be moderating this session today. With me today is my colleague, Inna and Anastasiia. Over the next 45 minutes, we will walk through the 4 Smartsheet add-ons that eliminate the manual data workflows and most questions teams face today. The most interesting part for us is the Smartsheet MCP Server, which will be covered at the end of the final block of this session. So stay until the end, and you will hear about the latest features of how you can use AI to make your work even faster and even more productive. So let me quickly map up what we are going to cover up today. We start with the problem itself, the data silos that cost organizations time and money. Then we will walk through 3 tools you can use today. Data Shuttle for moving data between systems, DataMesh for keeping sheets in sync, and Pivot App for executive-ready summaries. The 5th section is the newest option released this March, the Smartsheet MCP Server, which lets AI read, analyze, and update your sheets data using natural language. Let me introduce our speakers today. It's Inna Popko, Senior Consultant and Principal at CanSolveIt, and Anastasiia Lemish, our analyst focused on Smartsheet implementation and integration design. She will run you through the tools in detail. So Inna, the mic is yours.
Thank you very much, everyone, for joining the webinar today. And I will tell you a few words about CanSolveIt and why we would like to share with you some of our expertise today. So we've been in consulting for 13 years, and we are focusing on business process transformation for companies. Our main focus is streamlining operations processes, and we use them. We do this with utilizing business systems that our clients choose. Smartsheet is one of them, and we like working with it very much because it's very flexible and it helps us close the process gaps and build various automations. So today we're going to be covering the add-ons and MCP server, like Olena mentioned, and probably already like advanced usage of Smartsheet. And we're going to be sharing with some best practices and tips how those add-ons help save time on architecture and processes that are built with Smartsheet. And I'd like to also mention that we have experience in construction and working with engineering companies, energy management companies, and operations-heavy environments as well. So Anastasiia will share with you some best practices. She's certified in Smartsheet. We were invited last year to speak at the Smartsheet Partner Summit because our team is one of the most certified among all the Smartsheet partners. We're very proud of that, and looking forward to what Anastasiia has to share with us.
Thank you, Inna and Olena. So hello, everyone, and thank you for coming. And today, as mentioned previously, we'll talk about some Smartsheet add-ons and the MCP server. Let's move to the next slide. So to begin with, before we talk about the solution, let's talk about the problem that the Smartsheet add-ons solve. One of the biggest challenges companies face today is a data silos challenge. And what are the data silos? These are the isolated collections of data that prevent sharing between different departments, systems, and business units. So basically, you end up with these separate chunks of data, and someone always has to merge them together, and usually using hands. So a typical example, every Friday, someone manually pulls reports from finance, HR, and sales, all the different places where data lives. And then this person has to stitch them together into one spreadsheet. And by the Monday, the report is already outdated. So this comes at a real cost. Industry research estimates that poor data quality cost organizations on average $12.9 million per year. On top of that, usually manually created spreadsheets would contain at least one error. But here is the flip side. Technologies can actually boost knowledge worker productivity by up to 25%, and businesses which automate and connect their data grow around 30% faster annually than those that don't. So let's move to the next slide. Thank you. So first add-on we will cover today is Data Shuttle. And Data Shuttle yeah, okay, thank you. So what is Data Shuttle? In simple terms, basically transfers data between Smartsheet and other systems, making it easy to import and export data while keeping everything accurate and efficient. So there'll be no manual errors, which can cause, and it's always timely. Think about it. Think about all the systems that you already use. For example, financial reports, HR systems, sales data, operations. And normally this all lives on different places separately. And Data Shuttle automatically can import this information from those systems and bring it into the Smartsheet. So, for example, project tracker, dashboards, portfolio sheets. And so basically, it takes the data from your existing reports, whether they are in Excel, SharePoint, Google Drive, and populates them straight into Smartsheet. So it works with the location you already use. So here we have like a couple of locations. It can be Google Drive, OneDrive, SharePoint box, or even you can just upload it as Smartsheet attachment. The key point is that there is no manual work, no copy pasting, and it's a two-way process. It brings data in and then it sends data back out. So also you don't need IT to set it up, and it's automatic. So you can run it as well on schedule. This is a big advantage. It can run daily, hourly, or on demand. Okay, so let me now demonstrate it. Briefly. So here, I'm gonna open Data Shuttle. So this is how it looks. And I've created like a workflow here. So I have Excel list of the projects. Open this source. So this is an Excel table which has the project number, project name, and current code. This is something I'm going to update with Data Shuttle. So it lives on a SharePoint, and what I want is to update this current cost column in my basically like destination sheet, which is this one. So currently it's zeros. And yeah, it's zero. So now the new cost is this one. Also, I must say that sometimes Data Shuttle takes like a little bit time to update. So in case it doesn't update right away, we'll probably move forward and then I'm gonna get back to it. Yeah, so this right now I actually ran it manually just for the sake of the demonstration, but you can actually set it up to run regularly. So once I run, it usually shows that it's in progress. I can briefly show you how it's all set up while it's running, and hopefully it will update. So yeah, here is the source sheet, which is on SharePoint. Then then here I choose the destination. No, this is the source sheet. So then I choose the destination sheet. And Here I have to choose what is the workflow action. So in this case, I choose like merge data into the target sheet. And I choose the row options, which is add rows, update rows. Then this is something really important. You have to choose unique identifier column. So in my case, it was the project number column, which is same in both of the sheets. And then I have to map the source fields with the columns of the destination. So for example, I have here project number mapped with project number, project name, and current cost. Then here, that's what I meant when I said it can run on schedule. So you can choose, you can even choose it like every 15 minutes. And you can choose different days to run. And yeah, that's done. Wait, so since it was run actually right now manually, hopefully it works, but if not, then you basically need to click it. It didn't update yet. So let us wait till it updates and move to the next one in order to save time. The next add-on we'll discuss is DataMesh. And it works as a single source of truth by automatically syncing matching data across all your Smartsheet sheets. So if Data Shuttle worked with something outside of Smartsheet, this one works with the sheets inside Smartsheet. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, very briefly, what is DataMesh? So the easiest way to think about it, it works just like VLOOKUP formula or XLOOKUP formula. And it looks up a value in one sheet and automatically populates the related data into another one or many sheets across Smartsheet. Exactly like VLOOKUP formula, but automatic, scalable, and always current. So on one side, for example, you have master source sheet, your product list, your cost code registry, your supplier directory, your employee roster. And DataMesh would match on a key field. So again, we have a unique identifier field, which is important. And it will fill in the rest of the information, populating your whole Smartsheet environment. Your, for example, order tracker, budget sheet, project planner, and the dashboard. So what is the beauty of it? You update the source just once, and every connected sheet updates automatically. If something changes at the source, all the sheets repopulate on their own. It matches by the key, so there is this unique identifier key, and just like some ID or name or code, which acts like a link between all the sheets. So the best part, there are no broken formulas, no VLOOKUP, no manual synchronization. You update once and everything follows. Okay, let me get back to our demonstration. Oh, by the way, look, the Data Shuttle finally updated. So usually it takes like up to sometimes 5 minutes, 5 minutes. So now finally the current cost, as it was previously zeros, now it got updated and it reflects the data from the source. All right, so DataMesh. I'm also gonna open the DataMesh first. So this is what it looks like, and this is the workflow that I've created. So I've chosen source and destination sheet. So in my case, this is the source sheet, the same one which just got updated. By the way, this is how you can check the history. So you can see it was 0 and now it got updated. And I'm going to open the destination sheet. Actually, I don't need to open the destination sheet because I'm just going to change the information in the source sheet. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to update the archive checkboxes. And currently, both of them are empty. So as I mentioned before, DataMesh works that you update source sheet, and then all the other sheets which are connected, they get all the information updated. So let me just choose a couple. And again, as I mentioned, DataMesh you can also set up to run automatically, regularly, but for the demonstration purpose, I'm just going to run it manually right now. So as you see, 4 total rows affected. It says that 4 rows were affected, and this one is going to run really quick. So now I'm just gonna refresh it. Yeah, here it is. So the source sheet, that's where you update it, and then the destination sheet is the one which got updated automatic. Third add-on, which eliminates manual data, is a pivot app, and it summarizes thousands of rows of data into clear, actionable, automatically refreshed sheets or metrics, which you can later use for dashboard. Let's move to the next one, please. All right, so basically pivot apps are very much similar here as pivot tables in Excel. They let you create pivot table summaries directly from your Smartsheet data. But of course, now you use Smartsheet, so it's better if you can create these pivot tables right away in Smartsheet without creating them separately on Excel and then moving them in the Smartsheet. So the pivot app takes your raw data and outputs clean summary sheet that you can later use to populate your dashboards, for example, and show your KPIs. Here how it flows. On one side, you've got your raw data sheets like project data, budget actuals, resource hours, order records, and anything else. So pivot app can summarize them. So it can sum, it can count, and average your data automatically. And then it outputs clean table that you can use for your dashboards, KPI summaries, portfolio reports, and so on. So the key benefit is that it auto-refreshes. So unlike Excel table, which you have to maybe recreate sometimes, so this one will auto-refresh. You just set it up once, and then if your data has changed, it will auto-refresh, and so your KPIs, which you put on your dashboard, they will update as well. So it can as well run on schedule, hourly or daily. Yeah. So you can group and slice by team, region, months, or any column you choose. So you choose a column on which you want to slice. You can sum, count, and average your data the way your leadership wants it. And the best part, no exports, no manual pivot tables, no Excel, and no version chaos. Let me now demonstrate this one. All right, so here, again, we have the source sheet. I'm just opening the pivot. This is what it looks like, and this is a table. So I've chosen the project number as row, the column as status. So here I have my status column. And I'm going to count the statuses. So currently, as you can see, I have just eight closed statuses for the project. And then on the dashboard, I've actually put the KPIs. So I've put here as active, count, status, inactive, closed, and overhead. So I'm going to change now a couple of these statuses. So I'm going to create 3 active, for example, and maybe 1 inactive. Yeah, and that's it. Okay, let me just refresh it just in case. Again, same. You can set it up to run automatically, but currently I'm just going to run it manually. Oh, okay. So it already updated. So here are the KPIs. We just got updated automatically, and they count all the statuses. Yeah, I can. This is what. Well, that's what you saw. It was looking like in preview. So in preview, you could see that this is what the table looks like, and it actually gets. You save it in your Smartsheet. So this is my pivot sheet, and this is just a table which gets updated automatically. Okay, so we've covered 3 add-ons, but there are many more. And here I wanted to mention a couple of Smartsheet customer success stories. 3 companies that actually, as you can see, use exactly the add-ons which we've discussed today, which are Pivot App, DataMesh, and Data Shuttle. So PTC, the first company, it reduces marketing campaign planning and execution time by 30% with Smartsheet automation and integration. So DataMesh and Pivot App make it easy to pull information from one sheet into another to fit the needs of particular stakeholder. Emirates flight catering is another interesting example, as it automates and accelerates assessment for like 10,000 employees while enhancing accuracy and data integrity. Manually writing up and sharing performance evaluation for like 10,000 employees is very time consuming and it leads to many errors. So Emirates actually automates the process within Smartsheet solution using DataMesh, Data Shuttle, and some other add-ons. So using Data Shuttle, Emirates actually continuously extracts employee data from its resource planning system, so from some system outside of Smartsheet, and takes it all in Smartsheet. And then with DataMesh, each employee's data is mapped to a key performance indicator relevant to their job title. This enables Emirates to create an up-to-date master sheet of employees and their scores. Finally, Colliers is taking advantage of Data Shuttle to upload email data to Smartsheet from HubSpot. So they set up integrations. And then with DataMesh, client services coordinators simply select a broker, just like we chose. You just change name of a broker, for example, and then data matches automatically with all the updated contact information. So basically, this way it eliminates the need to manually type in the different data every time. All right. So finally, we'll quickly mention about the way how to purchase these add-ons. So how you can actually get these tools. Data Shuttle, DataMesh, and Pivot apps aren't part of a standard Smartsheet plans. They are something that is called premium, paid premium offerings. And the most complete way to get them is through the Advanced Work Management subscription, which is a Smartsheet's top-tier plan designed for organizations that are managing large-scale portfolios of work and need to connect across like multiple systems. Pricing in this case would be custom, tailored to what your organization actually needs. However, there is a flexible part as well that you don't really need to go all in. If you need, for example, 1 or 2 of these add-ons, of these tools, you can unlock them individually. So yeah, it's possible to unlock these features individually outside of Advanced Work Management. Ina, you would like to mention something? So
Yes,
before we move to MCP?
Yeah, can you please go back one slide? Yeah, I also wanted to mention that those 3 customer stories that Anastasiia shared today, they are publicly available on Smartsheet website with customer stories. And I also wanted to mention that in some cases, and maybe that's going to be your use case, the architecture that you already have without using any premium add-ons, in some cases it can be streamlined using some of these add-ons. And in some cases, this would be a must-have, and it's not possible to build an architecture without them. However, Smartsheet also evolves. Like, for example, we had a client where we purchased a Pivot app from day one, because at that time it was probably 10 years ago. At that time, the Smartsheet didn't have summary fields on the sheet, and it wasn't possible to create a report based on those summary fields, and it wasn't possible to draw a chart based on those summary fields. So Pivot App was the only way to basically transpose data and display certain charts in that view. But right now, with the summary fields and some enhanced report capabilities, that's not something that is needed anymore. So each case would need to be evaluated and looked into, and Elena is going to mention about this in the end. But we do have for everyone who's with us on the webinar today, you guys are eligible for 30-minute consultation session with us for free, and we can meet with you and look into your specific case, because we cannot recommend that this tool would help anybody regardless of what your case is. It's very important to know what exactly your use case and how you're using Smartsheet right now, and most importantly, what is the end goal and the end process here. And that would basically make sense if it's something that can streamline your workflow or maybe make it even more complicated. So, Anastasiia?
Great, thank you. All right, so final topic that we'll discuss today is the Smartsheet MCP Model Context Protocol Server. So basically, as many other platforms, Smartsheet has also recently embraced AI, which is just like March 2026, and created the MCP protocol to help clients integrate Smartsheet to preferred AI and complete tasks using natural language. Let's go to the next one, please. Here are some brief KPIs from the Smartsheet press release taken in first week of the MCP release. So yeah, there was like 4 of them. You can look briefly, but let's just focus on one of them, which is 48%. So that is basically 48% of all the AI actions taken on Smartsheet data were specifically actions performed on tasks and updates, and not just questions. So MCP, it's not only about answering your questions, but also actually performing the tasks and actions. Let's go to the next one. So what is Smartsheet MCP Server? In simple terms, it doesn't add new Smartsheet functionality, but it exposes the functionality you already have. So an AI client can drive it with plain language commands. Yeah, like you have already certain functionality and you just say to AI and it does it for you. So it's not exactly add-on like previous 3 months, but it's an interface layer. So instead of clicking through menus, you ask in English, just like talking English, and then AI plans and executes the steps on your sheets. It does 4 things. So let's just briefly go through this main task that it does. So first is discover and retrieve. It can search across sheets, summarize content, and return the rows that you really need. Update at scale. It can edit, add, move rows and columns based on what you say, on your instructions. Another one, it can manage attachments. It can add, access, or delete them on sheets, rows, and discussions. Yeah, sometimes if you have like really a lot of attachments on like, let's say 1,000 rows or even 100 rows, it's really tedious to go through each of them and delete each of them, let's say, if you need it. So this way you can do it much faster. And finally, orchestrate workflows, which is combine Smartsheet with your HR, CRM, or finance tools in a single agent flow. The takeaway is that this basically turns Smartsheet from something you operate manually into something you direct with your language. Let's go to the next slide.
If you allow me to mention one important thing, that using AI in Smartsheet respects the rules you set up previously. So all access that is set up and permissions are followed by AI agent, and the governance doesn't break in this case.
Thank you. Okay, so where can you use MCP Server? Here are just like a few use cases where to use it. So let's briefly go through them. Portfolio status briefing. For example, you ask AI to scan every project sheet and give you just like single page status with risks and overdue items. It can do it. Cross-system relocation. Combine your Smartsheet project data with HR availability to draft resource relocation in one prompt. So you just say once and it does it. Executive Q&A on data. So you can, for example, get instant answers to questions like top 5 high priority tasks due this week and any dependency conflicts. Yeah, like previously you would need to build a filter, which is still a good idea, but now with AI, you can just say what you need and it will do it right away. Another one, bulk row updates. So change statuses, honors, or dates across hundreds of rows from a single plain English instruction. Template-based sheet creation. So, for example, you have a template, project template with right columns, formulas, and you can just say with the help of AI to clone this project template, and it will do it in seconds. Attachment management, add, retrieve, remove files on rows and sheets without ever opening UI. So you do not go to Smartsheet, you do not delete this attachment, but you just say, and it does it all for you. So the pattern across all 6 use cases is the following. So things that used to take clicks, tabs, and time now happen from a sentence. Okay, let's go to the next one.
So thank you, Anastasiia. Regarding this,
Can we go
yes,
back
please.
to the MCP Server reference? Yeah, so I just wanted to add a few things here. First of all, that since March, Claude, if you guys are using Claude, it's something that is available to use with MCP servers since March. And recently, it's also possible to integrate Copilot. And yeah, it depends on your specific organizational AI governance requirements. So it's flexible to use to follow those as well. And I also wanted to mention, so we receive right now, like Smartsheet pretty much releases right now almost every month something new, especially as it's related to AI. And they do have an AI roadmap. So we, as partners, that we've been shared some information that is confidential and we cannot share it publicly. But what I can disclose for sure is that there is a roadmap, and there is a plan to release new features pretty much every month. And right now, if you use some of these cases, like what are shown on the slide on the example, sometimes like there is so it's not working always perfectly right now. In some cases, like when we were using it, it can create certain like workspaces for you, and then there will be no notification, like no prompt saying like, oh, if you click on this, it's gonna go and create something. But this is something that Smartsheet is actively working on to add those disclosures that when before you request something from AI, that it actually notifies you that it can this and this things can happen, or whether you want to do them or not, and so that you can click and agree. So they're just some of those things that I want to mention, and it's keep an eye on what is the news from Smartsheet, because they are releasing this very often, so it's just important to keep an eye on those updates as we go.
Thank you, Ina. And as Ina mentioned, it's always a good idea to keep on track what is new from Smartsheet and how you can boost your workflow even more. And if you have any kind of question or an idea, if it might be a case that I can improve my workflows using these or that add-on or Smartsheet MCP server, you can always contact us. So today, as mentioned, you are as the visitors of this webinar, you are eligible for a short 30-minute consultation where we'll go through your particular use case, review your current Smartsheet architecture, identify gaps, and map on the high level how you can tackle these issues. And we can offer you several ideas of how you can work with this. So please scan this QR code with your phone camera or just visit our website or click on the links via email, which we will follow after this webinar. So feel free to contact us and we will help you free of charge.
Yeah, so also regarding the consultation, so we didn't cover today in details how MCP server is set up, and this is something that we can also cover during the session with you, specifically depending on what AI governance requirements your organization has and what AI provider you would like to use. So this is something we can also cover during this session. Thank you very much, everybody, for your time.
Thank you.